Last time on Lawful Stupid.
We are in the capital city of Silence, Prima Tacit, and we have done some great things. Some big moments were had. Atlas was able to reconnect with his mother,
Mama
Teresa, through the aid of our new Aasimar elf friend,
Ezreal.
Ezreal.
Hey, as Rowan said to me the first time y'all met.
Israel.
Israel. And Kristoff connected with Palace to figure out what the fuck's going on. What's rotten in the state of Denmark has been addressed, and then we all agreed to wait for Rowan and the Sunbird Penguin. We're waiting for both Rowan and word from Palace that the Crow or the Raven of Orenthal of Goron has arrived, who's involved in all the turning points of this world to kind of help us out.
I think we left off like, hey, let's all talk and share stuff with each other. And I think the last bit was that we got word that Findle was here? Findle was in the castle?
Findle and Frost are coming, I think. I'm not sure if they're here yet.
So the Shadow of Goron sends a message because he's the one who gets to the barrier. And you received word the next morning at the December, and in fact, I'm just gonna take us away. So
pretty succinct remembering, though, right?
Yeah, for the most part, pretty good. Very, very proud of you. One of these days, I'll just be like, that was perfect. It'll be the last episode.
You did? That's exactly what happened.
You did it! I'm so proud.
No jokes.
Over.
That was an entertaining intro. God damn, was that accurate? Factually correct.
Factually correct. So, you three woke up at the Sunburnt Penguin after spending the night drinking, and you guys can choose canonically what you did and did not share with each other.
I shared everything.
I'm an open book.
Except for what Palace just told me and swore me to secrecy.
Makes sense.
Of course.
Ezreal told you some more about herself, how she likes, she spent most of her life traveling and enjoying song and performing and such.
Oh, you'll get along with Rowan.
It sounds like it.
So we wake up. I am Kristoff Shinnu.
So you guys wake up and you come down, you eat your breakfast. And you've gotten missive from the castle that Findle and Frost are here. So, the letter from Palace basically says, come back to the castle so we can talk about everything. I assume you guys do that? Is there something you want to do prior to going back to the castle?
Atlas, where did Rowan say he was going? He never turned up.
Yeah, I wanted to stay up for him. When we got here, we agreed he would go, one way and I would go the other, and that we would meet back here. So, maybe he got in late last night. We should maybe ask the front desk or something if they had someone come in.
Sure. Excuse me, good man.
So you hail the tavern keeper, and he looks back to you with the tiefling and says, yes, of course.
Young, well, you can't really tell with these types, right? Half-elf man, blonde hair, earring, brown hat, red band, feather. Did anyone come here last night matching that script?
Well, I worked the morning shift, but no one came through in the morning, and I don't remember anybody attending their rooms that night when we did the shift change.
That's strange.
Probably just Rowan being Rowan, to be honest.
Oh, I'm not part of the conversation anymore.
Thank you so much.
No, it's fine.
Well, thank you anyway. We appreciate your services.
Of course.
Yeah, so it's probably just Rowan being Rowan, if everyone's being honest and speaking our truth. We gotta go to the castle anyway. I'll ask Palace if he can get the guards to keep a lookout.
Do you have some good bars nearby? Perhaps he is
Yeah,
frequented that.
I'll be honest, it could be literally anything.
Perhaps you went to the wrong Red Roof Inn.
There's a lady down the road there. She sells shiny, smooth stones that she finds in a nearby river. It could just as easily have been that. Like it could be
like a child. I get it. I like those two.
He could have found like a young woman who's suffering from a disease, and he's the only one who could heal her through the powers of wind, and he's stuck in a meditative state. It could be anything.
He could be in one of Wynn's vacations. That's very true.
He's not. Has he ever gone by himself?
Oh, I don't know. I think we did one time, and who knows with
You're
Wynn.
right. We'll go to the castle. I'll ask Palos to get the guards looking for him.
He'll turn up. Oh, Azrael, real quick, what's one of your favorite baked treats?
This is a question I haven't really thought of.
You
that
gotta
didn't
reach
come
back.
up in your standard
Room.
character?
Oh,
Okay,
wait.
blue eyes, 6 feet, favorite baked treats. I mean, maybe you need Devin's question here. 'Cause clearly that's what he does. When
I
he
have a
creates
different set of
I'm
questions.
sorry,
that are very
there
important.
wasn't a section for that in D&D Beyond.
It's called
Oh.
notes.
It's in notes. Yeah.
What's he notes?
Additional information.
I've always been partial to muffins.
Oh, hey, what kind of muffins? Surely not just plain muffins.
Or anything with berries
Muffin
in it.
tops, mostly.
Ooh, I have one that has elderberry with a mixture of blueberries. It's the tartest sweetness that my mother makes. One second, and I will speak to my tin bin thing that makes the baked
Good
goods that I
old
want.
Tin Bin.
Tin Bin's his name. Oh, Tin Bin, I would like the muffins of deliciousness, please. And it makes those, and I will hand one over and ask her what she thinks about it.
Wow, that's got such a specific name.
The muffins up to
What do you
opens
think?
it up and fucking black tendrils curl out. The muffins of deliciousness, the eldritch whore from the 8th level of hell.
No, elderberry. That's a different dessert.
That's
the
a-
goldberries.
That's a very
No,
different
no.
podcast. She takes it from you and she's takes a bite and chews on it for a moment. She's like, this is quite good. Yes, actually, I really like this.
It's my
Where did
mother's
you get
recipe.
this?
Well, one of Wynn's gifts, a gift of a time that we spent with a person. Anyways, it allows me to simply speak the thing I want, bake good into it, and it produces a batch of them
You
at
said
any
it.
time.
You said it was a gift of Wynn?
Well, no, so the vacation, we call it vacation, we were transported through a time with those people. We normally how that works, and then this was something we were given.
She's listening very closely to you explain this. And her face is like, becoming kind of concerned, kind of confused, but very interested. She's like, huh.
The gods play too much, it seems, into the lives of mortals, more than I perhaps ever thought they would, or should.
Mostly just us.
No,
They
that's
mostly
I can.
just really like to fuck with us.
That's I can agree with. Gods do like to fuck with mortals.
Yeah, I'm not a fan, and I'll take out a muffin. Shall we?
I mean, I didn't want to be impolite, but are you going to offer me one of those muffins?
And I just, of course.
Tieflings
This
don't get
one's
muffins.
extra special for you.
Thank you very much, and I eat it. It's okay.
You don't, do you say that out loud?
No, just gotta keep that.
Of course you don't.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. No,
It's Teresa's recipe.
I say
Canonically,
thank you
it's-
out loud. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I eat it, and I'm like, I eat about half of it, and I save the rest in my bag. Later. Wrap it up in a
But he still
handkerchief.
throws it away on the way out.
Very
It
good,
It,
Atlas.
it shows back up in the bin, and it's still half eaten. You go, oh, who did not finish their muffin? It tells
I
on
had
you.
3
It
of them.
snitches on you.
Weird. Asthma. Oh, how dare you?
Well, Azimir don't really eat. You know Azimir, right? They absorb all the energy they need from the sun.
Nope.
They eat for taste only. They chew and spit.
That's-
Chew and spit.
That's plants. We don't photosynthesize.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I really disagree.
Sorry.
I met a man named Trent in a bar once, and he photosynthesized.
Trent.
You're basically the same thing.
Trent.
Trent the
So you guys make your way to the castle, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you step out on the street, and it's the wintry wonderland that is Humatacet. And you can feel the brisk cold wind on your face and the bustling of the city. It's during the week, the tradesmen are out, people are going to and from their jobs. You're seeing like the military, not the military, but like what you would have as like city guard, and they're in that brown and white uniform that is silence, or that is the colors of silence. And so you can kind of feel the slush beneath your feet as you're heading through town. You're kind of bumping into people. It's that packed. But like for Kristoff, it's home. It's very normal despite the time away. Atlas, this is probably the busiest city you've been in. Even Yuri did not have this same kind of like crunch of people. Excuse me. As for our newest party member, you really have to like imagine for you, at least what I know of your character, it's the worst experience because she's not really a big city goer. So everything's like packed and you guys are pushing your way to the keep.
I feel like she's probably holding on to at least Atlas's cloak to keep her bearings.
Yeah.
And keep up with them.
Yeah, and you guys are pushing to the crowd and kind of moving towards the keep, and this is it's a large castle that was built on ruins, and so you can kind of see that where it was built upon ruins. You can tell that it was like refortified, like it's just a different color stone in like the different pieces of the foundation. So like on one of the pillars or the keeps, like you can just tell where the stone's a little darker than the stone that they built before. But you approach what?
Point of interest. Ezreal, you get around through a form of echolocation where you kind of hum and sing tunes. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do we notice that? I mean, how loud is that?
In this setting with the crowd and all the noise and the people moving and the bodies bumping, probably not.
She wouldn't need to use it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be using it because I'd be holding on to Atlas and following him that way.
Sure.
But you may have noticed it maybe like in the tavern when she was walking, out from the rooms and that kind of stuff and through the tables.
I also imagine you wouldn't need to use it when there's sufficient noise in the room.
True, that too.
Like that kind of builds it for you. If there's enough, like very Daredevil-esque, where like he would tap his cane if it was quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like if there was noise, like that was sufficient to build enough of a map, right?
Sure.
And she does have a staff too that she carries, kind of similar to that.
Very good.
Yeah, she really just built Daredevil as a character. Yeah, I wanted to play him in D&D, but if he was an angel.
Name of the Wind Spider-Man, so.
Yeah, options. So you guys come upon the keep, and of course they recognize you, Kristoff. And one point of order, Kristoff, you notice that like the silent are everywhere at the castle. And before, like it was very normal to see a silent posted here and there when you were growing up and living in the castle, but it wasn't every guard.
Yeah.
And you're not seeing normal castle guards. You're very much seeing the silent everywhere at the castle. So you walk through the gate and you go into the main like courtyard area that you are led into, and you cross through the very same courtyard that we did a flashback into, and you kind of have like that same nostalgia of home and classes and your youth. You'd like the hedges are covered in the same snow. You can see the same like benches that you used to sit on and study and or avoid people. And for Atlas and Ezreal, it looks like almost from your perspective, it's very storybook-esque, right? It was built for appearance, not utility. It was built to show people who visited or who walked these halls that the people of Silence were upper class, the upper echelon. And you walk through this courtyard and breach the castle doors, and you're greeted by a servant who says, "My lord, the king is expecting you."
I nod to him, and then under my hand, I cast the message spell to magically whisper to Ezreal, Ezreal, what is your last name?
Etoile.
One more time for Big
Etoile.
Coach.
Etwal. Etoile.
Etoile. Understood. Thank you. Yes?
The king would like to speak with you and your entourage.
Of course.
And this tiefling, who's in obviously nicer clothing, turns and leads you up a flight of stairs, and you know that you're being led to the throne room.
Sure.
There's pictures of the royalty that has existed before, the lineage that is the Shindo family, faces you remember, and as well as it's kings and queens and sons and princes and princesses, not just the rulers. It's a lot of artwork. It very much speaks to the Shindo line and what they thought was important, or at least what they portrayed to everyone who visited, right? They definitely painted a picture quite literally of what they wanted the world to see. And the servant kind of opens the door and motions you into the throne room.
I walk in and I bow and I say, Your Highness, it is I, Christoph Shindo, your brother, and I have brought with me Atlas Farrier, and I have brought Ezreal Etwell.
Good evening. Good morning. Good morning. I also bow.
She's still a little drunk. You hear the door shut behind you, and when you kind of look back, or if any of you glance back, you kind of see that the servant did not enter the room. And as you look up and look forward at the throne, you see Pallas sitting on the throne, and kind of in front of the steps, like to me it's long throne, kind of a carpet, very much standard fantasy throne room. Stairs leading up to the two thrones, and at the bottom of those stairs you see Findle and Frost like standing there, and they were obviously having a conversation. And Pallas says, brother, that's not necessary, and waves you forward, but it's nice to meet you, Atlas. And
Ezreal.
Ezreal, of course.
Just pause for dramatic
You
effect.
just got a last name.
It's nice to meet you, Johannes.
It's a pleasure.
Of course. And as Findle turns around, oh, yeah, hey, what are you doing here?
I walk up to Findle, I think, and I put my arm on his shoulder. No, just a gesture. Nothing crazy.
And he puts his arm on your shoulder, and at first it's very normal, and his like fingers start to like creep up your shoulder and then up the back of your neck, like slowly leading to your horns.
And I think just icy frost, just kind of in his direction.
Okay, it's fair.
It's good to see you.
And
Findle.
it's good to see you boys too. And your friend, who are you, dear?
My name is Ezreal. Did I hear correctly? You're Findle?
The one and only, dear.
I've heard of you, but I never thought I'd meet you.
Never really thought you'd see me in the flesh, as it were.
I wouldn't use
Makes
that
sense.
choice of words, but yes.
Oh, it's fine, dear. Why would you not think you'd ever meet me? Should I know you?
Not that I could think of, but there are many stories about you and the things you've done.
Oh, I wouldn't believe any of them. Especially if they refer to anything dastardly done in Oxbane. Those were not me.
Ah, yes, of course.
Of course, yes. And don't believe anything about anything from the Holbeck region. Filthy liars, all of them.
That's true. I wouldn't have thought about Holbeckians. In Frost, it's good to see you as well. And I extend my hand to shake.
And Frost shakes your hands and your hand and says, "It's good to see you too, Kristoff. I like this version a little bit better than the last."
Well,
Muffin?
Oh yes! And he just like grabs 3 of them with 2 hands and starts munching. No, that's all right, Atlas.
You're missing out.
I suppose. And Palace, right, we're all here for a reason, as it were, right?
Yes, Your Highness.
No, if you're a friend of Kristoff's, you don't have to. Palace is fine.
I look at Alice and I shake my head.
Correct, Palace, Your Highness.
Your palace.
Your palace. Thank you, your palace.
Thank you, Palace.
Your palace is lovely!
Your Highness.
Anyways, so Findle and Frost, you reviewed everything. Findle, you had a moment to speak with the Shadow of Goron before he left, and were supposed to go close this door then. And you see Findle kind of like, go ahead.
If I may, we're actually not all here. Findle, you're very powerful wizard. Would you mind sending a message to Rowan? He should still be within the city limits.
He may be a little tipsy though, so you may have to try extra hard.
I'm not sure the state of him, but...
Yeah, of course. What do you want me to tell him?
Oh, just to meet us here. He never came back to the tavern last night, so we figured he got distracted.
Oh, sure. I'll get right on that. Well, anyways. I'll take care of that for sure. It's no problem. But I talked to the Shadow of Goron, a weird fellow, by the way.
Oh.
Spooky wookie. But no, listen, I may be like 40 marbles short of a full marble bag, but you don't see me running around with the raven on my head, do you?
Actually, let's just... I think this will go better for everyone, and I walk over and I clink my medallion half against his.
Well, listen... Thank you, Kristoff.
You're very welcome.
I'm starting to feel like a hangover every time I come back from that. Anyways, I talked to the Shadow of Goron. There's a door outside of the city limits, and that appears to be where they're coming from. And while we know there's many more doors, this door appears to be the nexus of them all. From what he has found and from what Frost and I kind of saw on the way in, that should be true. That being said, it's going to be a little tricky closing it, obviously. But I think that's what we should do.
Sure. Can you just turn into a giant fucking dragon? And just... because it's pretty powerful.
Yeah, obviously that's something I can do, and
it's pretty great.
I think maybe just being sane and using the amulet might be more effective.
Yeah, I mean,
probably not as fun.
Being a dragon, no. I just start to look off, like, to the distance, like.
I wish you could just feel that feeling once, you know. Just to
he was a dragon.
Have you guys gotten a lot of fights? Atlas must have hit his head.
I was a dragon for a while.
Oh.
And then he lost it.
I gave it up.
Oh, well, we all have performance issues sometimes.
No, I did it on purpose. He was leading me to... someone from the future came and said that I would turn into the dark god of all gods, and I would have to kill everything I ever loved, and It just seemed like not worth it. It's just barely, but just barely not worth it.
Of course, because being a dragon is great.
It's pretty good.
Ezra is listening to all of this very intently.
I feel like alive.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good not being a dragon, right? You've been a dragon and you go, oh, this again? This is terrible.
It feels like if you lose your eye, like you just never get that.
No, it's like way worse than that. It's like losing it's like losing both your eye. It's like losing your genitals.
Not being able to see and enjoy the beauty of the world.
It's like
Ezra crosses her arms.
It's like it's if you were to have a really close friend and an item, and you just like it was your best person, and then they were just ripped away from you. It's like that.
It's
probably
like,
the most apt
it's like
thing.
if you had an entire kingdom, and then you woke up one day and you didn't.
I can't relate to any of these things.
If, like,
this is a very passive aggressive.
Really knew someone and just spent so much time with them, and then you helped befriend their daughter and take care of them, and you watch somebody rip them from the very world in front of you. It's like that.
It's like if you were this powerful and wise man who everyone sought your counsel, and you were like this man of legend, and then you were just reduced to like a bumbling idiot.
All of these are very, very
worst,
specific
too.
examples.
Yeah, okay, I feel like we're talking about each other, but I'm not sure who fits into what thing exactly.
Literally all of us into all of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they're mostly about you, Atlas.
99% of them about you.
Yeah.
Muffin.
It's true. You should be a dragon.
Muffin? I would... no, thank you.
They're almost gone anyway.
And Frost go, Findle? No, man. Stay on topic.
So much for that medallion.
Oh, no, the medallion's working just fine. It's just really awesome being a dragon.
It is.
No,
Anyways,
we're gonna loop it. Keep going. Roll through.
It's really good.
it's his one weakness. He's put him in an infinite loop that he wants to be. But anyways, he thinks that if we like portal everyone in and kind of like behind the enemy line situation, we might be able to kind of skip the majority of the forces, right? There's some math involved with that could go horribly wrong.
You should get Avia to help you then.
Sorry?
You should get Avia to help you then. She's the smartest, wisest person that I know, and if there's math involved to get this exactly right, she should be consulted because she's good.
Options, right? Sure. What we were planning to do, and we will be happy to consult Avia, is just get a little bit closer, help with the calculations, and not spitball it from here.
Sure.
And then just kind of jump, do a dimensional door without actually seeing where we are. A little bit of guesswork there. That's probably the easiest way to go shut this door. That doesn't mean we're gonna get in there and it's not suddenly gonna be full of bad guys, though. Right?
Oh, it's super gonna... You know who's gonna probably show up.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. You know that lady with the scythe?
You did that coffin thing. Can you do that again? What was it?
I think you might be
Copper.
I'm trying to think. It could be the ultimate final technique, copper coffin. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's exactly it. That was the thing. I worked last time.
Yeah, we'll just do it again. Oh wait, I used the eye of Agamotto. What was it called?
The golden iris?
I used the golden iris to do that, and it's fucking broken. I still have it. It's just broken to shit.
Wasn't that the thing we were supposed to give back to Findle in the very beginning of all the things?
We did, and then he gave it back to me.
Yeah, I very much gave it back to him to use.
It's broken now, though. Can you fix it?
Do you have another one?
2 eyes instead.
Oh, yes. I'm just loaded with artifacts.
Can you fix it?
Oh, no, it's an artifact. If I fix it out, that would be breaking a promise even worse than I'm already breaking one to an old friend.
Can I borrow the mob engine?
And you kind of see him back, covered a little bit. No.
It was my grandfather's.
No. It was never his.
It's literally named after him.
Yeah, because mortals are dumb. We made them.
Sure. Fair enough. I mean, I remember all that in the Arcane Wars as well. I remember reading about it. I wasn't there. Very young and handsome. Okay. So, yeah, let's go. Let's go do the thing.
So to clarify, these creatures come from another world through which there are doors that open into ours.
Sure.
And we're discussing teleporting almost blindly into their realm or outside
Almost
their door?
blindly. Outside the door. We're going to close the door from our side, right?
Okay.
That's the plan.
Destroy the door. Not close it, destroy it.
Close,
right?
lock, destroy. That order.
That's very much so. Now, point of order, now that we bring this all up, how are we gonna lock it?
Is there a key?
Last time there was a key, yeah.
Oh, and you boys had it last time, so I'm sure you'll have it this time, right?
Well, actually, yes. And I looked at
Excellent.
Palace.
I think Rowan had the key.
And Palace looks at you kind of bewildered?
You know who would have the key.
Brother, I'm sorry, I'm not following.
I'll give you a hint. He lives in a fucking staff.
No, brother, I don't know that. You're not suggesting we consult him.
No, I'm suggesting that we finish what we should have done a long time ago. As a bloodline, we've sealed him, but we haven't. You can't get rid of a stink by sealing it. You have to get in there and you have to clean it, cleanse it.
Clean the stink. It's what I always say.
Clean the stink 2020.
But we were going to use him to close the tear. He's causing it. I'm afraid that if we don't have him to close the tear, that we won't be able to reverse the damage his presence has done.
Well, we can remove his presence. You can't put out a fire on a burning house from inside the house. You have to leave. We can't use this corrupting force to fix the corrupted force. We have to remove it. Once and for all.
You say so. I trust
Together.
you.
I mean, I've seen this man, Findle. I've seen what he can do with malevolent spirits and cursed items, and this is going to be a great more difficult, but it can be done. And if anyone had the key to the first door, it's this slimy bastard.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we'll do it.
I will have to tell them what's going on if that's... It's your call, brother. You wear the crown.
It's your family as much as it's mine.
And you wear the crown.
He kind of laughs. If you trust them.
With my life.
And Frost says, if somebody will just tell me what is going on, please.
Palace.
I'm not doing that. I'm not monologuing.
I don't remember the specifics.
Have a conversation with yourself.
There was an ancient force, one of our ancestors. When the Shindos came into power, we did not do so peaceably. And our common ancestor did some dark things. He couldn't do it on his own, and he reached for power beyond his, and it corrupted him. He was contained, think the odds, for what that's worth, in a staff. And this darkness that he consulted to get this power, it has to have been something that lives on the other side of these doors. This has to be the origin of this strife. And so if anyone would know where the key is to close this first and final door, it would be him.
Okay, that makes less sense than the first time around, but okay. Every time I'm with you guys, it's just the biggest headache. And you hear Findle say, you don't have to be so frosty about it.
Okay.
I hate you, Findle, so
back.
much.
You can't do it in this form.
It's the worst. I thought it was a one-sided. Okay. Alright, get the staff and we go. Does anybody else have any ideas for the plan?
Well, we should have Rowan here.
Yeah, guys, I don't mean to be like that, but he's not nearby. I can't hail him.
You should be able to hail anything inside of the barrier, though, right?
I'm not sure he's inside of the barrier.
How would he get out?
How did you get in, right? I mean,
You forced us through.
You did.
right. Well, yeah, I know it was a painful experience. I get that, but technically there's ways through.
Oh. Huh.
Just not for people who just touch it or try to attack it.
I got through.
How did you get through?
I'm not entirely sure. I just passed
Overly
through.
helpful.
But it's possible.
Okay.
Little concerned about that. That seems like a
probably
breach
win.
of security, Alice. In terms of an army, could we use silences to cause a distraction while we boop in?
Well, we do what?
Boop in, he said. Boop. Boop in.
Yeah, boop, and teleport in.
Well, we don't. The staff is right here. Is that we're still talking about doing that? Is this different?
No, I mean, yeah, we can go talk to him, but I mean, don't you want to take the staff to the door? Is that what I'm hearing?
I thought we could just bring him out of the staff.
Oh, you just want to talk to the guy.
I thought we could, like, interrogate him and defeat him.
Yeah,
and then
we
he
can
would
do anything you want to, Christoph.
Hey, sorry. And I snap the medallion and take my half back. Gotta save it for later.
Why don't we go talk to your grandpa? Maybe he'll have some answers.
Which one, Andron, or you have to be more specific?
Well, I don't know. Just stop having so many family problems, Christoph.
Fucking, yeah, I wish.
Please.
Were that to be
Just
true,
simple.
Findle?
Right. Sure, let's go talk to the old man.
I just looked at Palace.
Kind of looks around. To be clear, not me.
Palace.
Okay. And Palace walks around the back of the throne and kind of pushes it forward to reveal that same set of spiral staircases. Staircase.
Wait. But if I may, I'm going to consult my Papa Ring. Is this the right thing, Papa Ring? Ultra and Shindo, Spirit, and my ring. Is this a good thing?
And you kind of feel this sense of approval.
Let's go.
Smart. So Palace and Frost and Fendel and the whole gang go down the staircase, and you see Palace you see him breathing deeply, kind of psyching himself up for what he's about to do. And okay, just disconnect it from me, right? If it makes sense. It's touch that's the issue. So I think that makes sense, right, Christoph?
Sure, but I don't think that you understand what's going to happen here.
You're right, but I've also never called him out of the staff. So I don't know how much like
Are we
worse that's gonna like make the effect of the
are
staff.
we there in front of it?
Yeah, you're in that room and like looking at it.
Palix, you're not gonna make the call. It's too dangerous. I am. I grab the staff.
Yeah, so you pick up the staff and like as you do, it's like, oh, brother, and it's like that darkness is back, the weight, the corruption, the evil, and like just picking it up, you kind of have the mindset of like it would just be easier to like kill these people and then go deal with the issue yourself. Very much like selfish, one-sided mind, very self-grandizing on top of that, right?
Sure.
So then you attempt to summon your great grandpapa, I assume.
I do.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me, and just that proficiency bonus that you have for an Arcana. Which are you proficient in Arcana?
I am.
Okay, good. Take that proficiency bonus and your ability modifier and just double it while wielding the staff.
Yep. It's really good.
Better be.
Well, I hope it's good enough. 27.
Yeah, so it is good enough. So you kind of raise the staff up and you kind of focus on the spirit within. And at first, like, materializing this spirit it's not like second nature. It's almost like it's resisting it. Like, it does not want to be forced into the world. And it's not long. And everybody else, like, the room is getting hotter and the air in it is thicker. And then it's like this like silent break where all this like tension, and you can kind of hear the bottles rattling, the vials rattling, the books shuffling, and then there's no noise as this figure appears, and it's like it looks like King Altreon, like the same facial features, the same muscle structure, just a little bit older. It's got like a gaunt look in the face with a tiefling beard, and is wearing that simple band crown. And the figure's a little translucent, and when he like takes form, the air in the room goes from like this boiling heat to like -30, and it's just like cold. And like you're starting to see like ice form on the vials, like just quick. It's like a cold snap almost. And you hear, "Why have I been summoned?
You who share my name and share my blood, I entreat thee. Answer my questions."
And he kind of looks back at you, and like all of his movements are like rigid and like almost like animatronic in movement. And it's like very like lack of control over his own motor skills. And he looks at you. Your filth? What? Why would I ever answer from such a disgraced line?
I hold the staff up to him again. I say, "You share my blood, you share my name. I entreat thee. Answer my questions."
Roll an Arcana check.
Still doubled?
Yeah, absolutely. You're wielding the staff.
Hell yeah. 26.
Cool. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
What do those do? It's not concentration check, is it?
No, it's not.
Oh, 19.
That's pretty good.
Plus 6.
You're gonna take 2 necrotic damage. And you kind of see him like shrink down, shrivel down. What do you want?
Where is the key to the first door and the final door?
What do you want with that?
I intend to close it.
No.
Yes.
And you kind of like watch him like he's like trying to, almost like he's being like forced down and closed down, and he's trying to like fight against that. Now,
I won't let you ruin my dynasty.
Your dynasty will fall to the abyss if you do not aid me. I'm going to
How
save
was I
what's left.
supposed to know you were going to be so weak and trap me in here? It's of your own doing.
Who's the weak one?
You bitch!
My power is my own. It's not borrowed or stolen from some dark force. You're nothing but a shell filled with darkness and malice. I felt it.
Tell that to those scales of yours. Your power? The gods. You're nothing but a plaything. Nothing of your own.
This is mine, innate. If it came from somewhere else, I have made it my own. I have earned it through my own blood, through my own sweat, my own toil.
You sound like the wolf. There's a reason they're dead now. I'll join them soon.
You first.
Then I assume you push again.
Yes.
Yeah, roll me another Arcana check to get him to answer your question.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a lot.
it's
As
a
long
lot.
as it's long as it's transparent. As long as you're over 15.
Plus 20.
Yeah, yeah, you're real good. Constitution saving throw, please.
Natural 1.
Okay, great. Real good. Thank you.
Plus 6 is a 7.
No, well, that's not. Let me tell you. Natural
Okay.
1.
Well, natural 1 only applies to attacks and it doesn't apply to skill checks or saving throws.
Real cool. I always give you the 20, so I'm gonna take the ones.
Okay, fair enough.
So, you're gonna take 6 necrotic damage.
You're almost dead.
What are you talking about?
And B, your subconscious is gonna feel like this, like, little hint of darkness kind of creep up in your brain hole. But he 100% like is like crouched down, and he like looks over at the party, and as you once more ask the question,
Where is the key to the first door and the final door?
and he like shudders and saunters over towards the rest of the group, and you see Frost kind of like back up and pull his ice wand, and Findle, like crazy Findle, you look terrible. And Atlas, Ezreal, what do you guys do as he like heads your direction?
I go to. Actually, I summon Willow and take a stance. Battle stance.
So, sensing the torrent, what can I sense in here?
I mean, lots of magic.
I mean, like, do I sense like he's like a concentrated darkness, or is he like a concentrated void, or is
So
he?
the torrent in nature, typically, at least in your experience, is like just power or not, right? You have never like experienced like the corrupted torrent, where it's like twisted and bad.
Mm-hmm.
Even when people use the torrent for evil, it's just a lot of torrent energy. The fact that the torrent has ever been corrupted in front of the boys is like a rarity.
Is this
right?
a corrupted?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
pure. It is an amount of energy you've never ever seen in one spot. Like it's in. If you're like trying to visualize it in energy, it's like
Over
normal
9,000.
torrent, and then a giant fucking ball of pure torrential energy.
Well, sensing that, and then also hearing this disgusting voice coming toward. Can I like tell it's coming towards me? I guess.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
you can hear it
yeah.
move, like because it like he's making noise.
Oh god, yeah,
approaching
backing
you.
like taking a step back and holding my staff in front of me a bit, holding hands out, ready to cast.
Yeah. And Palace like stumbles backwards into the bookshelf and kind of knocks the books down. Ah!
I'm gonna put myself between it and them.
Before you can do that, he reaches up to Atlas, and like Atlas, you're at the guard. He reaches up to your eye, the closed one, and you just like feel this blinding pain. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
It's 19.
Absolutely. Good save. And he pulls out a key from your broken eye. And it is an amount of pain you have never experienced. And that's where we're going to end this episode.
Well, fuck.
I was the key the whole time.
I am. Where is the gatekeeper? I am the keymaster.
Your great grandfather was a magician.
He just slide
What's behind your ear?
What's in that I am yours? What's in your skull?
I press down on the key. Does it collapse? Is it a collapsible? I know it is, but if it's in
There was plenty of room in that empty head of yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you see before you is a real key. Here, bite on it.
And now these rings.
Have you ever seen someone pull a rabbit
Solid
from a
rabbit.
hat?
Couldn't pull these
Oh,
apart.
this one's dead.
Oh, okay.
See, he's just a showman, and all that stuff he was doing was just part of the show. He's actually a pretty nice guy.
He's actually pretty good. He's like,
I do kids' parties.
I play it up for the crowd, but really I'm a nice guy. My name's Craig.
Doesn't want me to make
Good to meet
balloon
you.
animals. No, I'm the most powerful wizard. My name is Carl.
All my friends call me Bozo.
Bozo.
The Eclipse Eater.
Bozo, the bringer of death and destruction. I do birthday parties and weddings.
And funerals, if you can imagine.
I get a lot of business from funerals. Most of the people that I kill.
And the families. No big deal.
He pays for the funeral.
Yeah, so that was where the episode ends. Lots of stuff going on. Lots and lots of stuff going on.
Dwayne, just so I can just speak.
This should be after Drawla.
Perfect. Strawla was awesome. It was so good to meet all of you. Thank you so much for coming.
The hangover was real.
Oh,
Probably.
God,
I just assume.
I'm
Yeah.
still not the same.
I'm a changed man.
I'm a shadow of the man I used to be.
Yeah, Gaunt. I assume Drawla's great for sure.
Like, there's
We're
no way I
recording
can't
ahead
be.
of time.
Like, come on.
Absolutely. But
One of us
knowing
dies
that
with
this,
Drawla.
knowing that this is in the future, we have a lot of cool stuff going on. 100%. Not only are you going to hear some changes in the podcast and some stuff we're doing, and see some changes in like the stuff we got going on. First and foremost, if you haven't gotten your copy of the Lawful Stupid original soundtrack, you should go to iTunes and download it right now.
Check it out.
Good.
Pretty good. Amazing art by the beautiful, wondrous man who I have a crush on. I'm man enough to admit it. His name's Ginger Loaf.
It's the original soundtrack is in iTunes, Spotify. If you have Apple Music or a Spotify subscription, you should be able to listen to them. You can buy it on Google Play, listen to it on Google. It's out there for you guys to listen to on whatever app of yours you want. And if you purchase it, it's very important to know that if you spend your dollars on it, like Ginge gets paid for all his hard work that like he does on this soundtrack. Like he spends a ton of time on this stuff.
We underpay him, frankly, to be real for
To
a
be
moment.
super clear,
for
like,
his
he
level of
gives us a-
skill
yeah.
versus what we can provide, it's out of the goodness of his heart and the fact
Yep.
that he really believes in
We
the
are
show.
his charity.
Yeah.
He writes it off
Yep.
every year on the his taxes, and they go,
100
"Lawful stuff. That's sweet. That's sweet." It's just they know.
And now that we've said this, we'll be editing our own episodes. Expect less sound quality.
Yeah.
No, he's aware. This isn't a surprise to him. So this is another way we can help put money in his pocket, is if you go support this on iTunes with your hard-earned dollars. And speaking of hard-earned dollars, audibletrial.com/lawfulstupid. Go there now. Get a free trial. Spend no dollars. Getting a free audiobook of your choice on us. After that, you're going to pay some dollars. But the first month for freezies for you from us with love.
It's mostly full of love. That being said, I think everybody should just really get hyped up for what I'm about to say.
Yeah, we're hyped up because we're going to play again. But we can't do that without rolling for humanity first. And so we're gonna roll for handy. I fucked up. I did a bad job. At the end of June, I said, "Hey, this is for the Michael J. Fox Parkinson Foundation," but it was for Smile Train. I goofed up. There was a break. I got confused. July
How are we gonna fix it?
is the Michael J. Fox. I'll roll with advantage in July, I guess. I don't know. That's probably what I'll do to make it up to the Michael J. Fox Foundation for me not saying their name as much. So all of July, Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's. All of June was Smile Train, and we love them. Don't get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted.
So with advantage, Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's, we have 16. $16 from Michael J. Fox Parkinson's Foundation. What are you laughing at?
You're so funny.
With the voice that I use when I say Michael J. Fox Parkinson's Foundation. Seriously, it's a worthy cause. It's a thing that has plagued a lot of people. Famous people, great Kentuckians, Muhammad Ali. It's been an issue. I say great Kentuckians, like everybody loves my home state. And it's totally manageable. It can be, with new research is coming out every day, and this foundation helps provide that research as well as aid to folks that suffer from this disease. So it's a worthy charity that you should definitely check out and roll for at your own table.
Absolutely. And on that note, we'll say bye.
We love you. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.